Okay, so the information that I'm really receiving at this moment is there's a very high frequency on the planet of shift and change. Oh, okay. And many more people will be able to check in and start tuning in more and more to the frequencies. Okay, thank you. It feels as if that, okay, thank you. Okay, got it. It feels like with all the rift, all the chaos that we've been going through over the last year or so, now they go back a little bit more than that. Okay, thank you. Creates that unsettlement. So, okay, thank you. They just showed me. It was like having a pond and you have a stick that stirs all the silt, all the crap. And now it's all coming to surface. And so, okay, thank you. For you, they just said for you, as in you listening to this, it may feel a bit unsettling for a while because everything, all the segments, they need to settle down. So what this means is that there could feel for many like a turmoil happening internally within them. And that would also mean maybe not knowing, okay, thank you, okay, they said this, rephrase. Okay. What they're saying is that it's about now looking at who you are, where you're heading to, because of how things might feel a little bit unsettled for you right now. The sensitivity being brought to the surface. Many of you will feel that the pangs. Okay, thank you. Explain. Okay, so many of you will feel the unsettlement within you. Many of you are rising to the surface, they just said, in the sense of becoming more sensitive, being more aware, being aware of the changes that are going on in your life for you. And so it's making you feel unsettled. So the unsettlement is creating that chaos internally. So those who are empaths will be affected more, that you'll be more empathic and intuitive, being more aware of other people's sensitivities too. Okay, so something they said to be aware of, to notice, to be aware of how you feel around others. Okay, thank you. Now they're saying that that it will settle, but it takes time. But what they're saying is, don't settle for what you have put up with before, so to make some changes. So, okay, thank you. They just said that there may be those in your lives that may be quite toxic, that the situations in your lives might be quite toxic, that you might find that certain people now around you don't resonate with you, that you may need to shift some people that you've known as friends or family members are more tricky. They said family members aren't to be shifted out as such, but to be looked at as what they are showing you. What is the mirror? What are they bringing to you? Okay, because as we know, family members were brought to you and you brought to them so that you can work out how you're feeling inside and what they're teaching you. They're teaching you great lessons, but they're saying that those toxic relationships that no longer are serving you a purpose, there needs to be shifted now. Okay, thank you. They said that why would you settle for anything less at this time? Okay, thank you. Some of you will be aware that how you are feeling now at the moment. That some of you have been on a very spiritual journey. Some of you, okay, they're saying this, some of you have been on a retreat recently with me, and it can make you feel quite sensitive. It's like feeling quite raw to the outside world and trying to find your footing, they're just sort of saying to me. So very much so for many people going through so much at this moment, it's a big shift in energy and energy transfer. Okay, thank you. They're just saying that some of you, the empaths, are quite porous at this time, and being porous meaning you're going to soak up a lot of other people's energy more than you've ever done before. Thank you. They're making me aware that over this last year or so, that where people have faced many difficulties and there's been much tenderness and sensitivity on the planet, it's Okay, it's changed the frequency, the waves on the planet. So very much, okay, thank you, like the radio station, more people are tuning into this, the spiritual waves. Okay, thank you. They're showing me the waves are very different now, as in the frequency you're hearing. Okay, thank you. They just said very much like with the speaker that I have, this one speaker, when I switch it on and you can hear the tones, it's very much similar to this, that the frequency has changed in a sense. It's okay, thank you, louder. And so some of you with the sensitivity may wish to turn it down, may wish to step back from it, but it's more about tuning yourself into it, whether through your ears or through your body, through your cells. It's very much about now working with it. Why would you want to escape it? It's more about tuning yourself into it. Okay, thank you. They just said, as the frequency on the planet has shifted and it's now at a higher frequency because of all the sensitivity, it's brought it more to the surface. So it's now become more accessible now. Okay, thank you. They said the vowel is the thin membrane between the different dimensions. It's okay, thank you. It's becoming thinner, more porous, so information is now easier to access. The more, okay, thank you. They said the more individuals on the planet who wake up to this, who are, thank you, who are interested in developing their skills, who are more aware there is more to life than just what we see, it's making it easier now because it's raised the frequency on the planet up, but also creating some chaos in individuals because those who are unaware of this may feel unsettled. Okay, thank you. And to be aware of how you're feeling. Okay, thank you. They just said your bodies, your physical body, your physical self may create those physical body symptoms. To listen to those symptoms of your body because of feeling uncomfortable will show you that your body's trying to communicate with you, your body's trying to tell you information, your body's trying to talk to you, your body's trying to say whatever it is that you need to hear. Because the energy moves through your body, the energy can get stuck if you're not tuning into it in the sense of releasing it. Okay, thank you. They're saying, okay, I know that myself. I've been having issues with my shoulders, my neck. Okay, we can think from the physical perspective, using the laptop more, using my phone more, so I'm bending my neck over. But there's also the energy represents trying to let go of something, and where I'm trying to move out of a relationship or a situation and my home life is changing. I'm being held back a little bit, so my body's physically in pain in a sense of it's finding it hard to shift out of it at this moment, but I know that's the right direction and I keep going in the direction I need to go to. So that's really making you aware that your body is speaking to you. It's showing you there is something that hasn't been addressed, that there are still issues, that your body is your tool, they just said. So that seems to be very important. And they're also making me aware to say to you that, you know, at this time, being very empathic, sensitive, you know, work with the intuition. Your body is, okay, like a radar. They show me like a submarine radar picking up on things around you. And that will be those toxic relationships and work and situations. And you'll feel that more now. They just said again, they repeat this, that as in when we try to go back to our normality, normal life to some degree, which is impossible, they just said, and why would you want to try to create to go back to how life was? You actually will find that harder, they just said to me. So it's more about moving forward, but allowing the universe to communicate with you more now. It's about building that relationship in conversation with the universe, your spirit team, to connect with them more, so that can help you to move forward in your life. Why would you not want to do that? I just heard them sort of say. Okay, so by opening up more, by tuning into spirit, by becoming aware of your own natural ability, which is very much like the radio station, that your aerial is the way that you tune it in, as in aerial opening up your channels so you can communicate, and then you can hear the information, just like with the radio stations being sent, bouncing off from the satellite dishes. We also know the information bouncing backwards and forwards from the universe, feeding you information, and from other dimensions too, shall I say. But this is a time of change, and you're going to notice that more. Now, being aware of tuning in today, which felt uncomfortable to some degree, of tuning into the planet. And of course, there's billions of people and zillions of people on the planet. I haven't counted every one of them, but I'm aware there are. And obviously this information may not sort of sit well with everyone, but the feeling I'm feeling around the planet, there is this sort of, yes, we know anxieties to some degree, some sensitivities, but also there's this thank you, they bring me like a wave of this sort of, seems to be sort of heavy tiredness at the moment in certain parts. And that would be because of the downloads that you're absorbing. For those who are tuned in, will receive those downloads. And like just as a child, they just said, as a baby, when a baby receives downloads and information, the baby then feels tired. So the baby is taking in new information. The baby can feel tired afterwards because it needs to digest and process the new information it's learned. As in learning how to walk, the child will then the child will then need some time to absorb, to digest, and fully emerge it within the cells. So some of you might feel this tiredness at the moment because there's some information being sent through, very subtle, on the subtle wave, a band frequency coming through. The more of you that are meditating and tuning in more, you'll receive the information, but it's really about you taking the time to fully immerse yourself within this. Okay, thank you. Okay, they brought me sunflowers, and I wonder what they was going to do to sunflowers. So the sunflowers right by my side, they were saying, okay, thank you. If you think of the sunflower, and with the process of, through the meditation of really housing and grounding your roots, the roots of a flower, the sunflower, when the roots go deep down into the earth, the roots are being fed, being nourished by the planet's energy, okay? And when you then go into meditation, when your roots are being pulled, or you are intentionally send them down to the earth, just like the sunflower, you are asking for absorption, some nutrients to be nourished by the mother planet. And when you do this, then you will absorb what you need from the earth. And this is to really anchor you. This is to make you feel more grounded in where you are on the planet at this time. Because some of you are so connected to source, to the universe. Again, that you need a balance. This is incorrect to some degree as well, as you do not live in other dimensions. You are just here at this moment in time to some degree. Okay, so what they're saying is you must be aware that when you are too much and allowing your mind to keep connected, then this is no good too. So balance, to ground your feet, to be here. Okay, and just like the sunflower, when the sun shines out at the sunflower, when it's in the right position, the sunflower will change position. The sunflower will turn towards the sun, where it receives the energy from the light. And this is so much like yourselves, that the light will be drawn in, and then you will be nourished also from the light. If you do not water the sunflower will die. And if you have the sunflower in a shady position, this is not good for it also. Okay, thank you. There's also saying if you had many weeds or other plants that were to create this, feeling stuck, trapped. This is like those people in your life that do not then allow you to shine, for you to move. It's important to be in the right environment for yourselves, not to fit in. A sunflower would die if the sunflower did not have enough light or the nutrients or nourishment from the planet and from its environment. So to check in, to self-check, to check in to see how you feel in your environment is very important. The regular self-checking will help to make you feel aware of who is around you. There is no need to have thousands of people around you. There is a need for those core people around you in your life who will help to nourish you, but also they move on as well. So this is to be aware of those in your life. Then if you do not feel that you are growing, then you must then look at those you have in your life. The life here is about now you growing and moving forward, not to feel stuck in your environment, that you have too many rules and regulations from society, and they are your blockages, and the blockages can make you feel ill, can have a physical effect upon your body. So the frustrations, the depressions with your mind is again like a tool where it will show you how you are feeling, and through all the frustration can create the depression internally within you. So it is your duty, your job to your soul. You see, there is more to you than you see when you look in the mirror. Your soul is being housed within your vessel, your container of your physical self. And your soul needs to have certain things to help it to grow. Yeah, you are not here to be still in the sense of not learning and developing. You will then come back again, as your soul will then need to come back again to address certain issues. You must be aware that you are just not the human that you see in the mirror. There is more here than you realize. Yes, and by you then also addressing what's occurring in your life will then affect those around you. So I did the last week I was away training, doing reprinting the matrix, tapping, looking at how to help people physically, and also to help release and let go of emotional blockages, and very much so I was given information from my guides about how this is going to help individuals to release, to let go. So the tapping is very much like the acupuncture but without needles basically, but it was a little bit more intense than that in the sense of doing the matrix reprinting, and that is what I'm going to be doing with quite a number of people. I was told this is just so that it will help, because believe it or not, when you are going through difficulties, by you healing yourself, healing also them in the energy field, it absolutely releases them to move on to do what they want to do. So those people around you who might be stuck in your energy field, or family members, friends, whoever it is, by doing certain things, it can help you to move forward. And it has a knock-on effect to everybody else around you. And I've noticed it personally in my own life, literally within days of tapping on a imprint in my matrix in the energy field, it already has released and let go of something else. So that's what they're talking about. Okay, I think, yes, okay, thank you, I think that's it.